I'm Nancy Levin. Welcome back to my channel. This is the very best place for you to learn how to make yourself a priority and set boundaries that stick so you can step into center stage of your own life. Today, I'd love to offer you a reframe on procrastination. What if you could look at procrastination as pre-creation instead? So the way I see this is when we are procrastinating, we are actually in a state of self-preservation. We are also giving ourselves time to take a pause so that we can be discerning about what is in front of us and what is our highest priority. So I want to share a few things around procrastinating, creating, and priority. We often hear the term priorities, and I invite you to funnel that in to one single priority, because the word itself was created to be singular, priority. And yet we have pluralized it, which actually dilutes what's most important. So it's really essential that we get clear on what is our priority, number one, and make sure that everything we're doing is in service of that priority. We may have different degrees of lesser priorities, but in terms of what's at the top, we want to make sure that we are identifying our singular priority and serving that. And that will keep us connected to the productivity around it. So there are people who love to wait to the last minute to get something done, and they feel all their juice there. Great. The problem with that is they spend a lot of time up to that last minute obsessing, worrying, and feeling anxious. If you know you are an 11th hour deadline hitter, I invite you to actually put that time in your calendar to get the job done and free up all of that space ahead of time, because you know you'll get it done. You always do. You don't need to worry. You don't need to obsess and feel anxious up until the point that that is blocked on your calendar to do it. Or you might be the type of person who does a little bit at a time over time. So what you're really doing is you're expanding and stretching the task when it could be completed in a really short, finite amount of time. So I've shared before on YouTube and also on my podcast about Parkinson's law. It essentially states that the task at hand will expand to the time allotted for it. In other words, if I give myself a week to get something done, it's going to take a week. Instead, why don't you see about putting the time in your calendar right away and getting it done so you can get it out of your mind? These are ways that we can actually create instead of procrastinate. We want to see what's underneath our procrastination, having us wait or having us worry. And action will always alleviate overwhelm and anxiety. One of the hidden powers of procrastination is it will show you what you are most committed to. It will also show you where your number one priority lies. So don't look at procrastination as a bad thing. Instead, allow your procrastination to give you the clues around what you are truly most committed to and what is your top priority. So the next time you find yourself in that state of procrastination, remember that you are pre-creating, meaning you are already beginning to get your creative juices going on what it is that you are doing, and that it will be much easier for you in the long run if you set a time to do it and stick to that schedule for yourself and make that your number one priority. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please be sure you're subscribed to my channel and click the notification bell so you get notified each time I post a new video.